I am Mona Magnovelus. I hunt down ancestors and chase fascinating stories in Philippine history. I also like watching movies and plays with a historical twist. My son and I got to watch Magellan at the Frankfurt Film Museum a few months ago when we were in town for the Frankfurt Book Fair. We were also lucky kasi we met national artist Kidlat Tahimik earlier that week, and he had art installations on Magellan and indigenous peoples displayed in the theater lobby. We watched the movie screening together. I have never watched a Lav Diaz film before, and his style is very distinct. Long, static takes with a fixed camera. Walang soundtrack, just a lot of hypnotizing sounds of nature. Para siyang mahabang ASMR video. Definitely not a formulaic Hollywood film. The movie was the director's reimagination of Magellan's journey to our islands. Diaz's interpretation questions textbook narratives and characterizations. The ending surprised me. For me, Magellan wasn't the most fascinating character in that movie. Mas interesado ako sa kaisa-isang brown Southeast Asian sa cast, si Enrique de Malaca. There is a debate on where he was from. Magellan referred to him in his conversations with the king as his slave from Malacca. Antonio Pigafetta's notes say he was a native of Sumatra. Other historians think he could have been Bisaya. Enrique was 14 years old when Magellan bought him as a slave in 1511 in Malacca when the Portuguese conquered that place, which is now part of Malaysia. They traveled west from Asia to Europe. In the process, Enrique learned the languages of his masters. In 1519, Magellan brought him along for his big around-the-world voyage. When they got to the Philippines, Enrique served as an interpreter, as in, posibleng marunong siya magbisaya. After Magellan died in the Battle of Mactan, Enrique did not die with him. According to Magellan's will, he was supposed to be freed upon his death. So, what did Enrique do? He reportedly left Cebu and vanished from history. He did not join the return trip to Spain. But here's the wild theory. If Enrique managed to return to his homeland, Malacca, Sumatra, or some other island, then he, not Magellan's Spanish crew, would have been the first human to ever circumnavigate the world. Think about it. Enrique traveled from Asia to Europe to the Americas and back to Asia. Full circle. The first global journey was very likely completed by a brown Southeast Asian whom history called a servant. Enrique reminds us that history is never complete. It is a puzzle still missing pieces, waiting for proof, waiting for curious minds to dig deeper. Because the more we search, the more we realize the past is alive with the memory of trailblazers the world forgot to name. O, diba?
Meow meow.